Booktube-A-Thon officially starts in 12 hours, you guys. I wish I would have waited to film this video like an hour before midnight, because then I could be like, it starts in an hour! Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my TBR for Booktube-A-Thon. I am so confident that I will read 7 books in 7 days. Like, these past 2 days, I have been reading a book a day. If you guys didn't know, I'll be one of the video challenge hosts, so if you guys follow the Booktube-A-Thon channel, which you should if you're participating, because that's where the announcements for all the booktube challenges are gonna be. Yeah, you'll see my video one of the days. I don't know which day, one of the days. I have in my notes here all the challenges because I can't remember them off the top of my head. The first challenge is to read a book with a person on the cover, and as soon as I heard Ariel announce this in the video, I was like, oh my god, I have the perfect book. I've been waiting for the right time to read this, but now is the right time. So for this challenge, I will be reading Spill Zone by Scott Westerfield. This book is a graphic novel and it does have a person on the cover. This book takes place kind of like in a futuristic apocalypse world, where basically just in this one city, supernatural creatures exist, and it's called the Spill Zone. This Spill Zone area has been quarantined and blocked off, and no one is allowed in this area, but this brave, adventurous girl here decides to go in this area and take pictures and just document what's inside of there, because in the Spill Zone, no one's allowed to take pictures or videos or anything like that. So she's kind of like this investigative journalist girl, and she's gonna go find out what's in the Spill Zone, and of course, you know, breaking a bunch of rules along the way. But it just sounds really fun, and like I said, I've been really just wanting to read this graphic novel for a while now, so I finally get to. The second video challenge is to read a popular / hyped book. So I'm super excited about this one because pretty much every book on my shelf is a book that is like pretty hyped. So this was pretty easy for me to like choose a book. Okay. So for this one, I am choosing Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. Now, you guys, this whole month I am dedicating to Leigh Bardugo. Last week I read Shadow and Bone, which was so good, you guys. So I started this book in the evening time and I finished it the next day, okay? I got the second and the third book in the mail yesterday, and I told myself I was gonna wait to read Siege and Storm, but I started it last night and I only have 200 pages left. So I'm gonna finish this book today so that I can start this first thing tomorrow. This is the hype book that I'm gonna read. I'm so excited, you guys. I am loving this series so much right now. I'm gonna save my thoughts because, you know, I have just so many thoughts on this book, but I'm absolutely loving it. So the next challenge is to finish a book in one day, which, like I said, I am super confident I can do this because I just finished pretty much the first 2 of Leigh Bardugo's books in one day. I will finish her second book by tonight, so it'll be like a day and like an hour maybe. So because I know that I can read Leigh Bardugo's books so quickly, I picked this book to read in a day. Okay, I know this looks a little bit intimidating and you're like, Naya, how are you gonna finish this? Just believe in me, okay? Seriously, I'm so excited to read Six of Crows, you guys. Like, it took all my willpower not to read this book right away because I wanted to read all of Leigh Bardugo's books in order of publication. So I plan on reading Ruin and Rising and finishing the whole Grisha trilogy before I get to this one. The Grisha trilogy right now is a 10 out of 10 for me, and everyone says this book is 10 times better than the Grisha trilogy, so I have like high hopes for this, okay? I have high hopes. The next challenge is to read a book from the point of view of a character that is very different from you. So this was really hard for me because there's so many books. There's like 3 books I had to choose between, but I decided on this one book because it just sounded really interesting, and also because the book is relatively short, so I feel like I can, you know, finish this book within the 7-day span. I chose The Girl in Between by Sarah Carroll. Now, I'm really excited about this book. This book follows a girl and her mom, and they're both homeless. I am lucky enough to never have experienced being homeless, but this is from the point of view of a girl who's living in this old rundown mill with her mom and just trying to survive and trying to not get kicked out of this place because they're not supposed to be in this place. But it just sounds really interesting, and like I said, it's only, I think, under 300 pages, so I feel pretty confident that I can finish it. The next challenge, read a book completely outdoors. I think we all hate this challenge. Agree that this is the worst challenge ever because like it's 95, at least here where I am, it's like 92 degrees outside right now, and it's just ridiculously hot. Nonetheless, I am gonna do this challenge because, like I said, I am gonna win this time. I'm gonna read 7 books, I'm gonna complete all the challenges, I'm gonna do this. I looked on my shelf and I picked the shortest book / graphic novel I could find. So I'm going to be reading Saga completely outdoors, and I think I can finish it like like maybe in like an hour and a half, which is like, you know, it's a lot of vitamin D, like more than I probably get in a year, but you know what, it's okay. I know a lot of people are TBRing this for the Booktube-A-Thon, so I'm really excited because I feel like it's kind of like a read-along a little bit because so many people are going to be reading this during the Booktube-A-Thon. That's on my shelf for a while too, so I'm really happy to finally get to read it and just get to see what all the hype's about with Saga. The next challenge is to read a book you bought because of the cover. Now again, pretty much like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like a cover buyer. Like, I'll buy a book because it looks good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, no shame, no shame. So the book I chose for this one is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Are you guys noticing a pattern with my TBR? Look, I am in love with Leigh Bardugo right now, so you know what? I'm just like totally binge reading all of her books, and I have no shame. I saw this on Book Outlet. It was $6. It had like this awesome cover and the red side, and I knew I already owned Six of Crows, and I hadn't read Six of Crows yet, and I still haven't read it yet. Does that make sense? I would say that this was like a cover buy. I also bought it just because I had owned all the other books, and I was told Six of Crows is awesome, and just to buy Crooked Kingdom right away because you're gonna want to read it directly after, so that's also partially why I got it. But I mean, come on, the cover is gorgeous, you guys. Like, look at this. So my plan for book number 7, since you can pretty much read any book you want, was to read Juniper Lemon's Happiness Index, which is the read-along book for Booktube-A-Thon this year, which I'm so excited about. But the book hasn't arrived in the mail yet, so I'm a little worried. If it doesn't arrive, then I do have a backup book, which is P.S. I Like You by Casey West. Both this book and Juniper Lemon's Happiness Index are contemporary books, which is like what I wanted for my 7th book, because if you can tell, my TBR is pretty fantasy heavy right now. I feel like I wanted at least one contemporary book to kind of like break up the fantasy this week. So yes, P.S. I Like You by Casey West is my backup number 7, but I do plan on reading Juniper Lemon's Happiness Index. That is my TBR for Booktube-A-Thon. I also wanted to let you guys know that I will be vlogging my Booktube-A-Thon, which is going to be so crazy. It's going to be 7 days of vlogging, which is going to be really crazy, but you guys can expect a video every day next week. I didn't think I would ever say that for this channel. Let me know if you guys are reading any of the same books that I'm reading for this Booktube-A-Thon, or you guys can just let me know what your TBR is down below. I'm super excited. Till next time, keep reading, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Literally, because tomorrow's day 1. Okay, bye!